from Western Mass News.
Good morning, I'm Amanda Callahan. Here's your latest news update from Western Mass News. A federal judge has dismissed a class action lawsuit filed last year by employees of the Holyoke Soldiers Home over working conditions during the 2020 COVID-19 outbreak, according to court documents obtained by Western Mass News. The outbreak at the home resulted in the death of more than 80 veterans. Police in Northampton rescued an 84-year-old man who had fallen deep in a steep embankment late last night while on a walk with his dog. That call came in from his wife, who said he went out around 6:30 p.m. with the dog and never returned home. That man was then brought to Cooley Dickinson Hospital to be treated for minor injuries. 3 people were without a place to stay after a massive fire broke out in a 3-story home in Orange yesterday. When crews arrived to that scene on Mechanic Street, they found visible flames after knocking down a door to the basement, where the fire then spread quickly to the 1st and 2nd floors. No injuries were reported, but officials say that house sustained major smoke and water damage. Additional crews from several neighboring departments were called in to assist.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Let's plan on kind of more of the same today. Cloudy, cool, breezy conditions. And on top of that, we do run the risk of a few showers as well, kind of off and on throughout the day. More off than on, but certainly keep the umbrella handy. And you'll need the thicker jacket throughout the day today as well. Temperatures yesterday stuck in the 50s. They'll be stuck in the 50s again today. Best chance of steadier rains is going to be tonight into tomorrow morning as we continue to have an area of low pressure. There are remnants of Ian spinning offshore both today and tomorrow. So certainly unsettled. Temps only in the 50s. We'll have the wind gusting to about 25, 30 miles per hour as well. But that system quickly moves out on Thursday. So beautiful day. We warm right back up. The wind lightens up. Temperatures in the mid 70s. Friday looks nice as well. Late in the day, we could have a shower or perhaps even a thunderstorm as a front moves through. And that's going to bring back the chill for the weekend. But at least the weekend should feature quite a bit of sunshine. But it is going to be windy and cool with temperatures in the 50s. Have a great day, everybody.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.